the way that it needs to. That proves my point. When I shared up videos of everybody laughing at people trying to cause my death and others, and that's the thing though, Mr. Leprechaun set it up Amanda and Chris to get caught for sex trafficking people. So, gotta think here that when I started to say things, these people acted so clueless to what I was talking about. They knew exactly for what they were doing and what they were causing. It's not the first time that Amanda and Chris tried to take my life. And I wanted proof of them trying to take my life. That's gonna fall back on every person that knows Mr. Leprechaun, Amanda, and Chris. This is gonna fall back on a lot of people. And Amanda dropped her jaw out of shock. She didn't realize what she was getting herself in the middle of and what she participated in. So what did she do? She acted out of fear. And then she had a whole bunch of people threatening to take my life. And I wanted that proof against her that she was trying to take my life with Mr. Leprechaun. That means she's gonna lie to do it. She's gonna get others routed up to do it. She even told me in a live that this is war. So that means Amanda, Tank Girl, she was going to do everything and anything to try to take my life. And I got proof on it. Because she was laughing and mocking at the fact of is that Mr. Leprechaun tried to take my life. And she was laughing about it. She was giggling about it. And I believe that's what got her so mad. I've been calling this stuff out for a good while. It's like everything I say, it's been playing out. Mr. Leprechaun entrapped Amanda to where she cannot get out of it. Because Mr. Leprechaun didn't tell Amanda or Chris why he recruited a lot of folks. The whole point of Mr. Leprechaun, why they're trying to recruit a whole bunch of people, was they were going to target to unalive and sex traffic people. That is a crime ring. And what did she do out of fear? She got spooked. She got scared. And scared little girls gets in huge groups of people. And she knows for a fact. Everybody's saying, I've never posted up what she's talking about. Which that's going to make her look very questionable here. And Amanda and Chris got set it up by Mr. Leprechaun, by the OGs, the Italians, the Cribs, the Bloods, the Mafias. They set it her and Chris up. But they set it themselves up by participating and laughing at trying to cause my death. When they were in that live I posted up about, she somehow got off live real quick. When Bloods, Cribs, Mafia, sex traffickers, predators got mentioned, she looked dumbfounded. And then she had a lot of nerve to say that her man, hit me. I don't even talk to these people. I don't even socialize. And I should not have to explain myself. I gave people warnings to stop of what they were doing. Eventually, she's going to catch on and realize that Mr. Leprechaun set her up to try to take my life to get me sex trafficked. She's going to realize that later on, what Mr. Leprechaun did to her and her man and all the people. It's very questionable here. Why are all these folks sticking up for Mr. Leprechaun? It's because he went ghost mode. He's scared of people right now because he's been fully caught. That's why you don't see him on TikTok lives. That's why he's not on TikTok as much, because he knows he's caught of what he's doing to a whole bunch of people. He knows there's people exposing Mr. Leprechaun. Amanda just proved my point. She was trying to cause my death with Mr. Leprechaun and trying to get me sex trafficked. And plus, there were other people she's also threatened it towards too, to unalive others. It was like 3 people. I've been posting this stuff up for a reason, and Amanda seems like she likes to stalk my page. It's like, what has she got a guilty conscience about? Eventually, Amanda and Chris is going to learn very fast and very quickly that Mr. Leprechaun got them so deep in a situation they cannot get out of it. And I've said this before. I even got a video up where I was in that live where she started to panic. She dropped her jaw. And usually we all know what that means. She was caught in the act of getting people attacked, unalived, and sex trafficking people. She didn't like that. And then she also had a lot of men from different places, women threatening to unalive me, to kill me. And she knew I was going to record every person. That's where I'm getting at. Mr. Leprechaun, Amanda, and Chris were trying to cause my death, and it's proven. Because she encouraged it. 2 different times. She encouraged it when she was around Mr. Leprechaun. And then she encouraged it because she's in fear-based. I got really nothing to worry about, because whatever she's talking about, I would love to know what she's talking about. Because I've asked like up to 4 different friends of mine, and they said no, I never did what she's claiming that I did. It's very interesting that Amanda and Chris running their mouths, trying to get me murdered out here. And I wanted that proof, and I got it. She already put a hit out on me in 2025, November 21st. That was Amanda and Chris's doing of last year. And then this year, you gotta see that very odd and very strange that I was told this in 2025 when there were hits out on me 3 different times. But the 3rd one on the 21st was Amanda and Chris's doing. Very interesting. And then all of a sudden, she says she has no clue of what's going on. I've warned these people. I've given them plenty of warnings to stop participating in getting people trafficked, unalived, raped, and kidnapped. And Amanda just did not listen to the heave of my warnings. None of them did. Which is very interesting. And by her laughing, she got mad because she's caught in a crime ring. I've even talked about this. All the people that my family, my friends, and me has been calling out, these people's backgrounds are nothing but pedophiles. I was actually shocked to hear this. I don't know, last night. Yesterday, I was told this, that all the people that's been targeting us are all nothing but pedophiles. That is a sex traffic ring. That is a pedophile ring of people. And I believe what really freaks out Amanda, because I did call this out, when people are caught sex trafficking people, they could end up in prison and put on the sex offender list. And plus, Mr. Leprechaun is not telling these men and women what he was really going to do towards me. And he's making all of his accomplices, his associations, he's making them look very dumb out here, that they were dumb enough to fall for Mr. Leprechaun's crime ring, pedophile ring of people, nothing but criminals. And that's not going to look good. Yeah. That actually highly shocked me because I wasn't told this yet. Most of the people that I've been calling out, all the people that's been caught in this crime ring, they're sex traffickers and they're predators and they're all pedophiles. There's been background checks done upon all these people. And I even asked the person, I said, are you kidding me? Each person that's been looked up is seriously this? And a person said, yeah. There was 2 people that confirmed it, that all these people are full-on predators that we've been going up against. Very dangerous, violent people. And when I mentioned, it was actually pretty funny, when I said Bloods, Cribs, all these associations, these people were so dumb. They're saying, well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean proof and evidence? You got proof and evidence. That said right there, someone had a very guilty conscience. Instead of talking normally, they threatened to shoot me down. They were threatening to do this and that. And I got the proof that I needed. That Amanda and Chris is trying to murder me and take my life and trying to cause my death and others' death. And I caught her in a live laughing with all these people that were also trying to cause my death and others' death out here. Sooner or later, Chris and Amanda is going to be very shocked when it finally hits them of what I'm saying. I'm not saying this crap for my health. Even my own family's been telling me, who are full-on predators on TikTok. Me and my friends are catching more pedophiles on TikTok. They like to go around, they like to threaten people. They try to install the fear in others so others would stop talking. And like I said the other night, someone admitted that they were a crib. So I've been ganged up on by cops, bikers, again, repeating pattern. So it's been cops, bikers, Bloods, Cribs, mafias, pedophiles, rapists, kidnappers, just nasty, nasty people that's been coming for me and my family and my friends. And eventually, and I know Amanda's stalking my Facebook. I know she is, which I think it's very pathetic at that too. So, just like I said, she completely stopped her live out of nowhere. I don't know why she did it, but I knew better not to get in that box. I got literal proof. Amanda says, no, she's not trying to sex traffic me. No, she's not trying to take my life. But she was participating with all these different people out here that were sex traffickers and who preys upon people. People who are predators straight up. I was actually shocked out of my mind. And like I said, there's a lot of folks who are sticking up for Mr. Leprechaun. Eventually, they're going to learn that they should not be sticking up for him. He's actually disappeared from TikTok. So that means Mr. Leprechaun is running, hiding from what he's done. Because a lot of folks were calling him out. A lot of folks caught him in the act of trying to sex traffic people. And he entrapped these men and women over the app on TikTok. So he's nowhere to be found. He's literally went like poof. Like he either got rid of it. You gotta think, Mr. Leprechaun kept this stuff up, right? Until it got to me, my friends, and my family. We started calling him out. We started to figure out who was his accomplices, his associations. Why is he disappeared? And all his accomplices and associations of what he caused. Mr. Leprechaun had all these people routed up. He tricked these people into whatever he was doing. Most of these men and women had no idea what Mr. Leprechaun was really up to. That's leaving them as a stray. A lot of people did not know what Mr. Leprechaun was really up to. We've given a lot of people warnings on TikTok about Mr. Leprechaun is a pedophile, a predator, a sex trafficker who preys upon people. He recruited a lot of people to do this towards others. Why is Mr. Leprechaun disappeared from TikTok? Why is he not on the app? He's not telling any of these people of his true intentions that it is a crime ring. And a lot of folks are going to get mad, but this is where I'm trying to understand. Amanda and Chris should have never said that her man hit me, when that's not even true. That can get him locked up real quick. Like, it's nuts here. It's like, ever since me and my friends and my family started to gather their accomplices, their associations, literally their people, now all of a sudden Mr. Leprechaun is seen less and lesser on TikTok. It's because if someone is caught in a crime ring, if they are caught pulling things, it's because, like I said before, a lot of folks ignored it. Now, people are speaking up. It spooks Mr. Leprechaun. It scared him. There's a lot of folks that's got proof and evidence against Mr. Leprechaun. Even probably Amanda and Chris, like all the people that are legitly surrounded by Mr. Leprechaun, the OGs, the Outlaws, the Vikings, the Italians. It's kind of odd and very strange. Why is Mr. Leprechaun leaving these people to the slaughter? What I mean by that is because he tricked these people into trafficking others, to attack others, to prey upon others. He is not telling any of his cliques of what he's really up to. He pretty much manipulates the people very well out here, who's vulnerable, who's very easily to manipulate. He preys upon people who are easily fooled and who's pretty much an oxymoron. I've seen that multiple times. The people that Mr. Leprechaun, if he's a predator, why is he going towards Bloods and Cribs, Mafia? He's caused a lot of mess over on TikTok. That's why you don't see him on the internet. Ever since it came into my lap, my family's lap, and my friends' lap, and ever since people started to speak up about this, Mr. Leprechaun does not hardly get on TikTok as much anymore. Very good question. Very questionable. It's because he's been caught of what he's really been doing. So he knows he's fully caught. But he's laughing at his minions. Okay? He's mocking them. It's pretty much like Mr. Leprechaun's laughing at all these people that he recruited in this crime ring, and he knows he's about to go down, and he knows that his accomplices, his associations, will go with him eventually. So he's letting his minions do whatever they want, threaten people, because he knows he's going down. This crime ring is going to get shut down. And that's when Mr. Leprechaun, his people have not really spoken that much. They're not on TikTok as much. Explain that to me. That says a lot right there. Mr. Leprechaun kept it up for like 40 or 50 years of targeting people, getting people kidnapped, raped, unalived, trafficked, sex trafficked. It should have never fallen to the ears of me, my friends, or my family's ears. Ever since then, you don't hardly see any of these people hardly speaking as much anymore. You don't hardly see his minions acting up. But Amanda sure wants to cause my death. And she said this is war, meaning what she meant, she's gonna lie upon me to get me killed and murdered because of her mouth. And I know how to deal with people like Amanda because I've dealt with people like that in my lifetime. This is like a repeating pattern. And she tried to get me in the box. And I said, no, I don't want to be around sex traffickers. I don't want to be around predators. I didn't want to talk to any of them. But this is the thing though. Mr. Leprechaun is a socialized with Amanda and Chris. They participated. So that means Amanda and Chris hurted a lot of them people in those boxes tonight. They were sticking up for the wrong people here. They are, but Mr. Leprechaun's probably lying to these people, saying, well, I don't know what you're talking about. He's easily tricking these people. But it's a good question, though. That's why I think Amanda dropped her jaw. Is because she got caught, her man got caught sex trafficking people. And there is a video I do have up that there were Mr. Leprechaun admitted coming after my family and Bloods. And I was also ganged up on by Cribs. Secretly. I don't know, like I said, I was on Facebook one night, just scrolling through, and then all of a sudden, there were Cribs threatening people, threatening their lives, gonna put hits out on them, they don't care, they're gonna kill them. So I thought in the back of my head, wait a minute, these are the exact same people that works with Mr. Leprechaun, they associate with Mr. Leprechaun. So you gotta put that all together too. The military put that together. That military girl, Kayla, she exposed herself and she admitted she wanted 3 people unalived in different locations that I posted up about. And then Amanda wants to play dumb and stupid, knowing that she don't realize she told on herself. I got the proof that she's tried to take my life. She wants to try to get me murdered. She didn't stop it. She didn't go, wait a minute, what are you talking? Because I mentioned about Bloods, Cribs, Mafia, sex traffickers. Nobody thought in their right minds. Common sensely, if somebody hears anything about sex trafficking and proof and evidence wise, they would automatically, you would think, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Are you being legit? These people did not do that. They did not stop to think of anything. They were highly confused because Mr. Leprechaun put them in a turmoil they can't get out of. That's why you see a lot of people on TikTok confronting Mr. Leprechaun, the OGs, because that's what's going on. Amanda and Chris, and there was an Hell Angel female that also tried to stick up for getting me sex trafficked, unalived, and raped. Again, there was a Foxy who's in Hell Angel. That was her mistake. Then there was another Hell Angel of a woman who thinks all this is fun and games. But my Hell Angel family knows the truth of what every person has done. For some odd reason, Amanda quickly got off live. That's a really good question here. That why are these sex traffickers, pedophiles, predators trying to send attackers my way, knowing that there's proof on a lot of things that I can back up? Even people admitted, even Mr. Leprechaun admitted of attacking me, but he preyed upon me in the shadows. But then he admitted face to face on camera that he's threatening to unalive our family. My family, the Hells Angels. And then Amanda, it's just very funny how she reacted. She was acting out of fear. She's nervous. Chris should have never said that he hidden me. I don't even talk to these people. I don't socialize with these people. I've told people Mr. Leprechaun's gonna entrap these people where they can't get out of it, and they can't. There's a lot of people that's got proof and evidence and facts. against Amanda. She was laughing at trying to cause my death. When Mr. Leprechaun and everybody was laughing, I really don't think she realized that was them laughing at trying to cause my death. And she was right there participating in it that day. And then when I called her out of saying that, yes, you are attacking my family, you're nothing but a sex trafficker and a predator, oh, she got mad at me. But how are you going to take something out on me when you dumbly put yourself in the middle of it? You participated in it. You don't have the right to get mad at me and take something out on me for something that you stupidly put yourself in the middle of. Same thing of your man. You both put yourself in that predicament. And some of these people cannot get out of it. There's a lot of folks that don't know that Mr. Leprechaun is petrified. He is scared of people. Because there's people getting a lot of proof against Mr. Leprechaun. That's why you don't hardly see any of his minions on live either. Because his minions will go out. And they will lie to get you killed and unalived. That's how they work. That's how they function. And it's kind of funny that Amanda knew that I was going to record that live. And she didn't stop the criminal activities. She knew for what she did to me. And everybody was just sitting there going along right with it. So that also makes them sex traffickers too. You got to think. She participated with Mr. Leprechaun. And then she dragged all these different people in. And there were some people who knew Mr. Leprechaun. They dragged a whole bunch of people in a situation these people are so clueless about. They don't realize what they're doing, what they're saying. And them threatening me like that, I was pretty much strongly, highly threatened tonight on a very bad note. Because of sex traffickers and predators. On TikTok, I was heavily threatened because Amanda and Chris got suckered in by Mr. Leprechaun and his shenanigans. And every person we've called out, we don't hear much from these folks that's been called out. That should say a lot right there. A lot of these folks we've called out for trying to unalive people, that's actually what they did. It's a full-on crime ring. Nothing but criminals. They're in huge groups. That's what they do. They like to go around to unalive people, to get people killed, murdered, unalived, is all they do. And that should say something. Why is some of Mr. Leprechaun's minions starting to want to disappear from the internet? Why are they wanting to get off Facebook or social media? Why are they wanting to get off TikTok? A lot of people don't pay attention to that. Good question is the reasons why Mr. Leprechaun probably wants to get off TikTok is because he was caught sex trafficking people. Has to do with Skylar Lemon. Has to do with that Joe Wagner, who is a sex trafficker that my cousin caught that he is. So my family, my friends, and me are confirming there's nothing but sex traffickers that's been coming after us for a long time. That should say a lot. But some of these folks are trying to keep a low profile. But it's still going to be known. It's already out there. And Mr. Leprechaun is hiding from a certain person, which I think is kind of funny. He's hiding from a lot of people. He don't want to be hardly seen anymore. That should say something right there. If Mr. Leprechaun kept getting away with stuff, and then, like I said, when it came to me and my friends and my family, it got shut down. Mr. Leprechaun got shut down of what he was doing. He didn't like that all of us were exposing what he was really doing to people. He tries to get people, like, just gone. He's protected by cops, which the cops can even get in trouble for sex trafficking too, because they know about it, or unless they don't, I don't know. It's like repeating patterns of what I'm understanding and what I'm seeing. Mr. Leprechaun has herded all his minions on TikTok. And these people are sticking up for him, saying he don't do that. There's a lot of folks saying very differently here. And Amanda saying that this is war. That was a wrong move on her end for saying that. Very wrong move. That there's people from out of state trying to unalive me again. They can actually get in trouble. These people are flipping out, as I called it out. It was playing out. I'm pretty sure a lot of folks have seen me foreseeing things about these attackers, these predators, these sex traffickers, that they were going to get caught. They all told on each other. They all snitched on each other, and that's all it took. But I think the reasons why Amanda dropped her jaw on that video was because she was scared and spooked. She got caught. She did not realize that Mr. Leprechaun used her to get people sex trafficked. She did not realize what I was saying or what I was talking about. That's why you don't see Mr. Leprechaun on TikTok as much anymore. His minions have gone quiet. Some of them have disappeared. Some of them has literally gotten rid of TikTok. That should say a lot. That crime ring of nothing but sex traffickers got shut down. And when Mr. Leprechaun couldn't handle the heat, he wanted that attention. All his minions wanted this attention. And like I said, they can't handle it at this point. That says a lot. If Mr. Leprechaun's disappearing, it's because he's spooked. He's scared. He's intimidated by a lot of folks. Why is he disappearing from TikTok? Why is all his minions not hardly talking anymore? Why are they getting off the TikTok app? Because they've been caught. They know if they are physically caught, sex trafficking people, they could end up life in prison. They could be put on the sex offender list. That spooked a lot of people when I stated that too. It scared a lot of folks on TikTok. Well, gee, no wonder why some of them are quiet. And some of them have literally physically left TikTok because I said that. And plus, there was proof on Mr. Leprechaun that he likes to go around to get people riled up, to get people hurt, harmed out here. Now, don't you kind of find that very strange for a man on the app for years? He catches pedophiles. Well, I catch pedophiles too, but I also catch crime rings. I catch more than what he does. And he couldn't handle that. He can't. He can't stand it that he was caught doing a crime ring over TikTok. When I said that, or even mentioned anything about that, most of his clicks got off the TikTok app. Some of them are not even found on the app. Some of them have disappeared. Why is that? A lot of folks don't even pay attention to that. Mr. Leprechaun is hurting all these people. He didn't tell any of these people of a soul. Even these people said, no, he don't do that. Gotta think about that. Put two and two. Why would they say Mr. Leprechaun is not doing that? It's because Mr. Leprechaun hasn't told these people what he's really been up to. We can see through the facade. I'm a seer. I'm a very spiritual person. Okay? You can't really get nothing past me, alright? Because I'm going to know what you're doing. I'm going to know why. And Mr. Leprechaun has kept at this for years and years and years until he's been caught by me and my friends and my family. Then, all of a sudden, he stopped his shenanigans. He said he wanted to get off the TikTok app because he's done for. He knows he's caught. He knows he's hurting a lot of people. He's already got people in his crime ring, which they all can go to prison together. RICO Acts Organization Enterprises. He knows he's hurting these people. If Mr. Leprechaun goes down and they get shut down, that means every person that's been around Mr. Leprechaun, they can go to jail, go to prison too. And for sex trafficking people, why did it have to be me to speak about that? It's a very good question. Because ever since I've spoken up upon that what can happen to people if they're caught sex trafficking people, why all of a sudden are some of these people trying to leave TikTok? Why are some of these people going quiet? Why are these people acting like in fright mode? It's because they probably took it very seriously then. But I've gave people a lot of warnings to back off of me and knock off of what they were doing. I've told people that they're being entrapped. I've seen that. A lot of folks. But there's a lot of folks who got away from it. Thank goodness. They're not all hooked. Thank goodness for that. Once people started to see the truth of how Mr. Leprechaun was, once people started to find out that Mr. Leprechaun does prey upon a lot of folks, then they found out that Mr. Leprechaun tried to sex traffic people. That's when a lot of folks turned their backs on Mr. Leprechaun. They started to pretty much snitch him out. Pretty much, they're telling everybody and anybody who Mr. Leprechaun is associated with over TikTok. And it spooked a lot of people. Which, that should say a lot. And the reasons why Amanda did what she did is because she did the exact same thing as what Mr. Leprechaun was trying to do towards me. And Amanda just proved my point of who she is and what she was participating in. And she dumbly said, she's not doing that. She is not a sex trafficker. She's not trying to unalive people. She don't attack people. She showed differently tonight. She did attack. She is preying upon people. And she's trying to get people murdered over TikTok. She's not a protector. She got manipulated so badly by Mr. Leprechaun that's not even funny. And Mr. Leprechaun will not admit this to every person that he entrapped in his web. He will not admit to these people what he's truthfully doing towards people on TikTok. He will not admit it to any of these people. He won't do it. Because if he admitted it, then people would stop supporting him. And then all these attacks and threats would stop. And that's why he's not speaking up to any of these people. But these people should realize that why is Mr. Leprechaun running from the TikTok app? Why is he trying to go ghost mode? Why is he trying to go MIA? And leaving his minions in more shambles. Chains, bound. Like they cannot get free of what he put them in the middle of. These people cannot get out of it. No matter how hard they try. And Mr. Leprechaun will not admit it. But there's a lot of folks admitting that Mr. Leprechaun, there's something wrong with him. Of how he acts. He's gotten people to attack people for no good reasons. There was a lot of people that admitted that Mr. Leprechaun will not attack you himself. He will make his minions, his puppet on a string, his puppet bitch of strings to do it for him. That's how he's trying to keep his record clean. He knows he's getting closer by the day, and he knows he's caught. And someone for being on TikTok for a very, very long time, and the reasons why he kept getting away with this, was because people were afraid of him, people were intimidated of him, and everybody kept quiet. No, you need to speak up, because this is exactly what shuts down people like Mr. Leprechaun on the internet. It don't matter what app you're on. It shuts down a crime ring. It shuts down attempted murderers. It shuts down sex traffickers. It shuts down community mobbing, community murder, abuse by proxy. It shuts it down. And he probably can't handle all this stress of what he's done upon himself. And he probably can't bear the thought that he's hurting all these people of what he's truthfully doing. Because there's a lot of folks not having Mr. Leprechaun's back. Not after what a lot of folks are speaking up about. People are speaking up. This is why Mr. Leprechaun is trying to get off TikTok. He's running, he's hiding, but he's leaving his minions in a very bad spot. So pretty much, he wanted them to commit the crime while he walks free. That don't work like that. Whoever is a crime ring leader, everybody's going down. Everybody's getting shut down. That's how this works. Mr. Leprechaun couldn't handle us speaking up the way that we were. It scared him, it spooked him, it intimidated him, it frightened him because he got shut down. That's why he's not on there. But he's having his minions to do his dirty work. They will get shut down too. And a lot of his accomplices, his associations, don't realize anything. And I feel really bad for some of these people, but it is unfolding in divine timing. It's meant the tower is here for these people. It is time for whatever Mr. Leprechaun's been doing with all his accomplices, his associations, everybody that's been a conspiracy participating with Mr. Leprechaun, it is time to fall. This tower and this karma judgment bringer is time to shut it down. And he did not like that. Because when people started to speak up, he felt attacked. And him backing away from the app more and more and more, a lot of people don't know why he's backing away from the app. It's because of that reason. Because that sex trafficker, whatever crime ring he was pulling, strings is getting shut down. And a lot of folks on TikTok are curious of why is Mr. Leprechaun trying to get off TikTok? Why is he trying to run off the app? That's why. And there's a lot of people that are going after his minions. They're also going to get shut down too. They're all confused. These dummy criminals are so confused. They don't understand why are people calling them sex traffickers. They don't understand why they're being called predators. It's because they got to set it up. And they went right along with the program. And they shouldn't have. They're targeting people. They're harming folks. As a sick game of a joke. That's what it is. These people should be more concerned. But they're not. Mr. Leprechaun's probably just telling these people, well, I need to get off the app. I'm tired. No. It's because he got caught sex trafficking people. And he knows that people like me and myself and others are calling him out. We are going after every person that knows Mr. Leprechaun, mentions anything about Mr. Leprechaun. We're going after them people over the app to shut them down because they keep it up of what Mr. Leprechaun started, and they're not stopping. So then it takes people like us to shut it down. That's why a lot of these folks are getting upset. They're confused. Clearly as day, you can see they're confused out of their minds. They have no brain cells. They have no intelligence here, which as clearly as you could see. Whenever I was speaking the way that I did, they were all confused. And they were all sticking up for that crime ring that they were participating in this whole entire time. We are going after people who are keeping it up. And we're about to shut every person down on TikTok of who's doing this. And if Mr. Leprechaun, out of all the people, the ringleader is the one who taps out first. The most. I've noticed this. Anybody who is a crime ringer, or you know what I mean. It's always the ringleader who taps out the fastest and the quickest. Wants to get off the app. Wants to disappear. Wants to run. Wants to hide. People should be looking at that and going, something's not right. But to his minions, they don't think about that. They don't think of what has Mr. Leprechaun done towards them. They're not thinking of this on a logical level. They're not understanding that Mr. Leprechaun is leaving them to dust. That he knows he's about to go down for crimes. And he knows that if he goes down, he's trying to protect all his minions, which his minions are not protected. They're not. And most of the people that we call out eventually does get off TikTok and leaves people alone. They don't like real protectors out here. Protectors, meaning like we stick up for people that we know is being manipulated. Narcissistic people. They just don't like it. Well, too bad. They're going to have to get over it because there are some nice people who are getting tired of seeing what's going on TikTok. And then you got some spiritual people on TikTok too that are also getting involved. I got a strong feeling on it that there's a lot of spiritual folks who are gonna take down this crime ring and shut it down real quick, real fast. And spiritual people have a right to call judgment. They have a right to be a justice bringer because they are making the balance unbalanced. They're causing chaos, path of destruction. Too much. They are disturbing the spiritual realms, which that's not going to be tolerated much longer, because that's also angering the entities. You disrupt the spiritual realm, you disrupt any type of entities, spirits out here, they're in for a rude awakening. Things will start to happen towards these people. And I've seen a lot of karma hit a lot of folks on TikTok for trying to take my life, for them trying to bring harm, domestic violence my way. I've seen over the time, and I've spoken upon how it's going to happen, how it's going to unfold. Some people get spooked by it because of how accurate I've called it out. You cannot play with a seer who can foresee things. You cannot play with a spiritual person, because I'm going to be told about it. I'm going to dream about it. I'm going to smell it. I'm going to know it. I can walk in the spiritual realms. There's different types. Some places are not very pleasant to walk in. Some places you're not supposed to be walking through, because there's a lot of things that can happen in the spiritual realm that's not pleasant. So these people don't even know the definition, how the ancestors can truly be. These people thinks that they're mean and ruthful. No, you're not. The ancestors are. When you got people in the spiritual realm ready to rumble or something, they mean it. It's a disruption. Like one time, I remember having glass on my leg, and I was asleep, and my lower back started to hurt. It was because someone tried to kill me in the spiritual realm. Someone threw me through glass. And anything that happens in the spiritual realm is going to show up on your skin. That means if you get a bruise, you're going to have it. That's what happens when you can roam in the spiritual realm. You're going to know a lot of things that it's going to spook people. You got to think, there's a whole bunch of different entities there. You got to be very careful when you walk through the spiritual realm. There's a lot of folks that will talk. You got to think there's strife realms. There's all different types of spiritual realms. That strife, you could hear everything in the spiritual realm on a spiritual level. You could feel it, you could sense it, and you're going to know who's doing what towards you. Once you do that, you're going to know everything, and it's going to spook these people. I've even tried to tell folks certain things out here. They didn't believe me until I spoke upon it, and I explained how I felt. They're like, why do you think that's going to happen? I explained myself, and then afterwards I talked about something about to happen. Then people finally, they texted me and said, how did you know that? How did you know that was going to happen? How did you know that this was true? You just know. That's the clairs. That means you're on point. Your intuition is very strong and very high vibrational. God lets you know, your ancestors, your angels, Kalima, any type out there. You gotta think there's a whole different types of ancestors that will protect you and will let you know when something's not right. And you gotta think, these people, the reasons why Mr. Leprechaun's acting in fear is because he's done a lot towards people that were very negative. And he's getting nothing but negativity back to him, that he can't handle the drama. Clearly, as he said out of his own mouth. And I heard it clear as day. He goes, well, I can't handle the drama. I'm about to get off TikTok. Messing with spiritual people, messing with people's mind, body, heart, and soul, and mind, and insanities, messing with people's energies is what Mr. Leprechaun caused a disruption, energies-wise. That gets disrupted. Things are going to start happening towards these people. They're not going to like it. It's like Amanda got mad because I posted up about her uncle, and she was trying to bring harm to me. She was laughing that I was going to get sex trafficked. And you want to know what happened? Karma skipped her, and her uncle passed away. I was not joking, and I was not kidding. Anybody that does anything harmful towards me, people will start to pass away. That karma skipped her and got one of her loved ones, and they got taken away. I'm not joking and playing when I talk about this stuff. It's not something to really talk about, but it's truth. That can literally happen. And Amanda keeps it up, it's gonna probably skip her, and it's gonna go to someone who she really loves and cares about, and they're also gonna pass away. Sometimes it happens like that. It's tragedy, path of destruction. And a lot of folks don't realize by irritating me all the time, I can unleash things upon people that they're not going to like. Unleashing energies, it's a release. And it's not always a good thing. But I'm always being irritated and making a spiritual person very mad, very frustrated all the time, always pestering them or making them feel like they gotta fight. That energy is gonna release something that's not very good. We can literally cause a chaos out here upon this world. That's what happens. A lot of folks don't get that, don't understand that. It can cause people to have freaky accidents. Their pets die. Their family dies. Their friend can pass away. They lose everything. And they have bad luck streak. Like, this is a real thing. Messing with a spiritual person, these people just don't seem to learn their lessons out here with me. It's like, I'm always being brought, like, I don't understand this. My whole entire life, I believe I've always been a walking karma. That people that do evil, corrupted things, eventually these people who's gotten away with it, like Mr. Leprechaun's never ran into a person like me, and then all of a sudden, he's getting that spiritual backlash. He's finally getting that judgment upon him. That's where I'm getting at. A lot of folks, I've seen a lot of folks on TikTok, I've seen a lot of people, their foot broke out of nowhere after making me mad. I've made somebody have a mini heart attack by making me mad. Because a lot of folks have physically, spiritually tried to kill me. With magic. Black magic. Hoodoo, voodoo. I've seen it all. Even the occults, the secret society, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, and the cops have also tried to unalive me. And then all of a sudden, like I said, I don't know if something happened towards the occults or the Illuminati, but something happened towards them people, and they finally stopped with me. I don't know if it's because the cops were dying off or passing away or getting into car wrecks. I don't know what happened. But I know that there's a lot of folks who messes with me. Stuff will happen towards people. And a lot of people can back that up. I'm a very protective person. If I find out that someone is a narcissistic, a very nasty person, it seems like the narcissist can't handle me. Plus, they don't like dark empaths. Okay? They will literally run and scatter from a dark empath. And that's very dangerous on top of that, too. You can be an empath, but then again, if someone pushes you to a point and you already know how to understand energies, you know how to move around a lot. When someone brings out your dark empath side, that's when you flip the switch. Some people can literally push people into a dark empath mode, where they say it's scary. It's very dangerous to do upon a spiritual person, to put them in dark empath mode. Things will happen towards folks. Like, the narcissist will want to run for the hills. They